Assalamu alaikum. This is Muhammad Arsalan, your functional English teacher. I hope you are doing well and things are good at your side. So we'll have the continuation of our lecture, which is the fifth and sixth lecture we have. In the earlier lecture, we talked about letter writing format, letter writing nature, and we also discussed the letter writing language. So we'll continue, but before we continue or before we finish this lesson, I wanted to discuss with you the letter, the informal sides of the letter. For that, I chose one is very good exercise that will help you understand what the informal letter is or the personal letter is. Number one thing, the informal letters are also known as personal letters. Okay. Number two, these letters are usually written in friends and family. And there is one more type of informal letter which is known as personal letter or the diary. But most of the time, it is written to the people who we know, who we love, who we have personal relationships. Therefore, an informal letter contains two major features. Number one, there aren't any rules for it. So you can write in an informal way, and there aren't any particular rules for it. Number two, in the informal letters, you can be humorous as well. So you can find a little bit of humor, you can find a little bit of personal, feelings, emotions are there, and there can be, the direct connection to the person you are writing. So if we look at this shared screen, so you'll find that the address is on the right side. It can be on the left side as well. It's not a problem. Street, 23rd Street, Marys Road, Dublin, 4, Ireland, Tuesday, 10th May. And then they start their year skipping. You can also use the nickname. You won't find it hard. You can use the nickname. Now, there we go. In this letter, Stephanie is writing to whom? You can see that, oh, she's writing to Katie. Maybe it's her sister, maybe friend, but you can see the close. So the close can tell you that it's an informal letter. Let's have a quick look at what it means. Okay, here we go. So if we start reading this letter, we can find out that there are some grammatical mistakes, which is obviously the kind of exercise for students to do. But before we complete this exercise, we need to know that what kind of letter is constructed and how it is constructed. So first we'll take a look at this uh, and how language is different because the topic of today is the language. Number one, how are you? I'm very well. I am. So the first thing is that how are you? And a casual greeting. That's I'm very well. Short form. If you remember that I told you not to use short forms in formal letters. I came in Dublin 2 weeks ago for to study at a language school. You can find out that the sentences are casual and they are colloquial. I won't learn English because is a very important language. I'm stay with an Irish family. There are mistakes as well. They've got, have got obviously an uh, informal expression. They've got two sons and a daughter. Mr. Kendall is teacher and Mrs. Kendall work in a hospital. So here we have a lot of mistakes. This is the exercise. I tell you not to make these mistakes. The Irish is very kind but speak very quickly. I study in the now. They finish the paragraph without any reason. Let me check. They finish the paragraph without any reason. I hope अब आवाज clear होगी आपको. Let me reread it. How are you? I'm very well. I'm in a short form. I came in Dublin 2 weeks ago for to study at a language school. I want to learn English because it's very important language. I'm stay with an Irish family and Miss Carol in a work. Um, uh, the Irish family. They've got two sons and a daughter. Mr. Kendall is a teacher. Mrs. Kendall works in a hospital. The Irish is very kind. They speak very quickly. Got my point? So you can find that the kind of casual attitude. Okay. Now I hope that you are able to listen to my voice well. Can you? Assalamualaikum. Manik, I shared a link so you can log on to that link and find me out there. The Abhi right now. Okay. Sorry. So here we go. We have here the first paragraph, and the first paragraph ends without any purpose. You can see that the paragraph is introductory, and there is no specific purpose in the paragraph. Now comes to the second paragraph. Can you hear me now clearly? Okay. So we have here second paragraph. I study in the morning. My teacher name is Anne. She said to me, she said me that my English is okay, but I do a lot of mistakes and don't give us too much homework. So in the afternoon, now look at this another it's better to use another word instead of so in formal writing. So in the afternoons, I go always sightseeing. Dublin is much more big than my town. I like very much painting and I am interesting for modern art. So I visit galleries and museums. I have met a girl named Martina. She came from Spain and go to Trinity College. Last night we go to the cinema, but the film wasn't very exciting. Now look at this. A lot of things are jumbled up in one go. So this kind of attitude cannot be seen or cannot be tolerated in uh, uh, what is it? Okay, this kind of attitude, this kind of meddling of ideas cannot be tolerated, cannot be a part of any letter or any formal letter, even in the semi-formal letter. Today I'll discuss what semi-formal letters are and how they are made and what are their issues. Okay, so here we are. I would like you to do this exercise because it has a lot of mistakes. Let me finish it with the last line, and then I'll keep it on the screen. So I want you to point out these mistakes because this is kind of a grammatical practice as well for you all. Now the last sentence is, "Do you like to visit me? Why don't you come for a weekend? I would like to see you. Write to me soon." Now these are the complementary lines. If you know that in formal letter we have a total complementary paragraph. Love Katie. This is a close we have, and yes, here my new email address, Karthik and at Katik at the intermail.hu. Here's my new email address. Now this is p dot as dot. Remember I told you that p dot as dot is postscript, the additional script. Okay. Can I hope you can hear me? You all can hear me. Everybody who is here, Ikra, Subul, Sahrish, Mahvish Gilani, Javeria, Rabia, Sabah. Can you hear me all, Mahvish and everybody? Javeria. And any person I can see on the screen, on my screen. Now, what is that? It's very casual. Number one. Number two, what kind of letter is written? It's an informal letter since it's a personal. So how it is addressed? So in salutation, you can even use the nicknames. And similarly, at the end, you can use many words here, like love, with lots of love, with best wishes, your loving daughter, your loving son, your only friend, and nowadays best friend forever. It's very common these days. Okay, China के best friend forever भी होते हैं बहुत सारे. So now I'm going to show you, and I'm going to leave it on your screen this letter so that you could diagnose the mistakes made in this letter. So here we go. There are the mistakes. अच्छा mistakes का column कुछ इस तरह लिखने हैं. अगर T लिखा हुआ है तो it means that tenses. Prep लिखा हुआ the preposition mistake. GR लिखा हुआ the grammar. Word WO word order. Wrong word WW P punctuation SP spelling, and this mark shows word missing. Okay, here we go. You can write in a comment that first line, second line, third line, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 16 lines. So line, according to the line number, you can point out the mistakes. If you can correct it, and then I'll give you the answer. You have 5 minutes to look at this whole text and find out the answers. I want to know what your answers are. This is also a grammar exercise and a language exercise. You can put down these mistakes in the comments. I can see your comments here, so I will be able to respond to your comments. So anything that you find as a mistake, like let me add first one for you. Let me do first one for you. How are you? I'm very well. I came to Dublin, not from Dublin, not in Dublin. I came to Dublin. I came here since she's in Ireland. She's in Dublin. Dublin is the uh, capital of Ireland, the biggest city of Ireland. You keep commenting, okay? You keep writing comments. Line number this, line number that, this. I hope you are all there. I wanted to see your comments. Can you? Yes, I want to know your response. Ikra, Sabah, Sahrish, Javeria, and whosoever are here, Mahvish and Sabah Meher. If you are here, so please, I wanted you to write the lines correctly so that you could check your, grammars as well, grammatical mistakes as well, that if you are able to correct it. Mohit is also here. So, Mohit, the task that I gave or that I have assigned virtually is that the letter contains certain mistakes, grammatical mistakes, and the mistakes are based on preposition, grammar, word order, word, wrong word, punctuation. Okay, yes, I've got the response from the area first. How are you? I'm very fine. I came to Dublin. I told you that to Dublin, and yes, this is right. That now let me make corrections for you, so you could point out in the first line. How are you? I'm very well. I came to Dublin. To Dublin 2 weeks ago for to study नहीं होता to study होता है. अगर आप लोगों को याद हो तो मैंने आपको बताई थी ये बात कि to study is there. In order to भी हो सकता है to भी हो सकता है. There are two connectors. In order to formal होता है तो formal letter में use हो जाएगा. इधर आप simple लिख सकते हैं to study. Purpose के लिए होता है. I want learning. I want to learn. Want हमेशा want is always followed by to. Want हमेशा to से follow करता है. Want ये infinitive to है. ये पर्पस वाला टू था पहले वाला. आई वांट टू लर्न इंग्लिश सिंस इट्स अ लैंग्वेज तो यहाँ पे ई कैपिटल रहेगा हमेशा इंग्लिश. आई वांट टू लर्न इंग्लिश इंग्लिश ई कैपिटल. आई वांट टू लर्न इंग्लिश बिकॉज डैश इज इट इज. देखिए ये जो साइन बना हुआ है ये मिसिंग का साइन है. तो डैश इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट लैंग्वेज. अच्छा अब आप देखिए इसमें वेरी का वर्ड इसने बहुत जगह यूज किया. मैंने आपको बताया था फॉर्मल फॉर्मल लैंग्वेज में हम वेरी का वर्ड अवॉइड करते हैं बल्कि कोर और स्ट्रॉन्ग एडजेक्टिव्स यूज करते हैं. जैसे वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट जगह एसेंशियल यूज करते हैं कर सकते हैं हम. वेरी टायर्ड की जगह एग्जॉस्टिंग यूज कर सकते हैं हम. तो ये वाला पॉइंट भी याद रखना है आप. ग्रेट. ओके. उसके बाद है आई वांट टू लर्न इंग्लिश बिकॉज इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट लैंग्वेज. आई एम स्टेइंग. क्योंकि इसका स्टे टेम्परी है तो प्रेजेंट कंटिन्यूस हम टेम्परेरी एटीट्यूड या टेम्परेरी एक्टिविटीज के लिए यूज करते हैं. आई एम स्टेइंग with an Irish, Ireland, Irish, with an Irish family. They've got two sons. Grammar error हो गया. They've got two sons and a daughter. Daughter की spelling सही होनी चाहिए. GH आता है. Mr. Kendall is a teacher. A teacher. Article missing है यहाँ पे. And Mrs. Kendall works. Present indefinite tense because उनकी permanent job है. Works. S लगेगा. Third person singular. दी आयरिश आर. अच्छा ये एक क्वालिटी याद रखिएगा लैंग्वेज की कि जब भी हम एडजेक्टिव्स को नाउन बनाते हैं किसी क्लास को. यस सुगुल थैंक यू फॉर योर रिस्पॉन्स. नाउन बनाते हैं हम कि दैट रिप्रेजेंट्स कि वो रिप्रेजेंट करे पूरी कम्युनिटी या क्लास को। जैसे अगर ब्लाइंड एक नाउन, ब्लाइंड एक एडजेक्टिव है, कोई शख्स है समबडी इज अ ब्लाइंड, लेकिन मैं दुनिया के तमाम ब्लाइंड की बात करूंगा तो मैं बोलूंगा द ब्लाइंड आर। हालांकि ऐसे नहीं लगाऊंगा लेकिन वो प्लूरल भी होगा और दा लगेगा। इसी तरह कोई कौमियत है पाकिस्तानी, तो द पाकिस्तानी आर, द आयरिश आर, यहाँ पे आएगा द आयरिश आर वेरी काइंड बट दे स्पीक वेरी क्विकली। अच्छा देखें, वेरी क्विकली की जगह सही फॉर्मल वर्ड क्या होना चाहिए था यहाँ पे, दे स्पीक फ्लुएंटली या दे स्पीक टू फास्ट। I study in the morning. My teachers apostrophe s लगेगा, यानी R, between R and S there is apostrophe. My teacher's name is Anne. She told me. Said me नहीं होता. She told me. The said to me होना चाहिए था. She told me or she said to me. She told me that my English is okay. Okay is itself an informal word. But I make a lot of mistakes. Do a lot of mistakes नहीं होता. Make a lot of mistakes होता है. And do not नहीं होगा, present tense, and does not give us too much homework. Third person singular के साथ does आता है. Does not give us too much homework. So in the afternoons I go always नहीं, I always go. हमेशा adverbs जो होते हैं वो front और in front of verb आते हैं. तो ये यानी between subject and main verb आते हैं. So I always go sightseeing. Go sightseeing is a structure of gerund. Go watching movies, go bowling, go bird watching, go window shopping. ये स्ट्रक्चर होता है. गो शॉपिंग भी होता है, तो इसमें कोई बीच में प्रपोजिशन आने की जरूरत नहीं होती. डबलिन इज मच मोर बिग, दैट्स अ रॉन्ग. कंपैरेटिव एडजेक्टिव में जब हम ऐसा एडजेक्टिव यूज करें जिसमें वन सिलेबल हो तो उसमें हम आर लगाते हैं. जैसे डबलिन इज मच बिगर. मोर हम जब लगाएंगे जब एडजेक्टिव बड़ा होगा, लार्जर होगा. आप लोगों के पास बुक है ग्रामर मर्फी, इसके अंदर बाकायदा सुपरलेटिव एंड एडजेक्टिव के यूनिट्स हैं व्हिच यू मस्ट डू to improve your general uh, uh, grammar skills. And in the upcoming classes inshallah we'll have more grammar discussions, क्योंकि जो मेन हमारा वर्क है वो ऑलमोस्ट हो रहा है. And I want you to carry on with this with more grammar practice. So here we have Dublin is much bigger than my town. अब then की spelling क्या है, THAN. Comparative then की spelling THAN होती है, और जो adverb then होता है, the time adverb होता है उसकी spelling होती है THEN. You have to remember that. I like very much painting. Obviously word order wrong है, जैसे ऊपर I go always था. So I like painting very much. Like के फौरन बाद object आता है. Can you all hear me? Okay. Here we go. I am very interesting. सही है, ये भी रॉन्ग है, ग्रामर एरर है. आई एम वेरी इंटरेस्टेड या आई एम वेरी मच इंटरेस्टेड इन. इंटरेस्टेड होता है, दो एडजेक्टिव होते हैं, एक आईएनजी और एक ईडी. आईएनजी जो एडजेक्टिव होता है जैसे इंटरेस्टिंग, एक्साइटिंग, वो उन चीजों के लिए होता है जो उनके लिए होता है जो कि एक्साइटमेंट पैदा करें, जो कि इंटरेस्ट पैदा करें. लेकिन अगर जो रिस्पोंडेंट होता है वो ईडी होता है. सही है, तो हम अगर मैं बोलूंगा मैं किसी चीज दिलचस्पी रखता हूँ तो मैं बोलूंगा आई एम इंटरेस्टेड इन दिस बुक, द बुक इज इंटरेस्टिंग. ओके, so I am interesting, I am very much interested. Interested के साथ जो preposition आती है वो in आती है, for नहीं आती. I am interested in modern art. So I visit galleries and museums. I have met a girl named Martina. देखें, अभी अपने personal recent experience के बारे में बात करी तो इसने foreign use किया. I've met a girl, present perfect tense. She came from Spain. No, अगर हम किसी का ताल्लुक बताना चाह रहे हैं तो वो present रहेगा. She comes from Spain and goes to Trinity College. सही है, उसका ताल्लुक स्पेन से है. टेंस की मिस्टेक हुई भी है ना. और कहाँ जाती है, ट्रिनिटी कॉलेज जाती है. ईएस नहीं लगाया है. शी कम्स फ्रॉम स्पेन, उसका ताल्लुक स्पेन से है, एंड शी गोज टू ट्रिनिटी कॉलेज. लास्ट नाइट वी वेंट टू द सिनेमा. हम लोग सिनेमा गए थे. लास्ट नाइट, अब टेंस की मिस्टेक है, लास्ट नाइट पास्ट टेंस होना चाहिए. बट द फिल्म वाजंट वेरी एक्साइटिंग. एक्साइटिंग की स्पेलिंग सी मिसिंग है. Do you like to visit me? No, जब हम किसी को ऑफर करते हैं तो हम यूज करते हैं would you like to visit me? Okay, would you like to visit me? Why don't you come for a weekend? I would love to see you. Write to me soon. Love, Kelly. PS. Post is repeat or as dot. Here's my new email address. Okay, you can see the postcards as well. Here we go, the postcard. There are beautiful girls, and they seem to be friends. It's a Dublin's photo, and here we go. Some quick questions. Answer these questions. Where is Caddy? Where is she staying? Why is she there? Why does she do? What does she do each day? What does she do in her free time? Who has she met? And that is kind of practice that you should be doing. So first, I would like you to answer these questions in comments. Whosoever are present in the comments, I would like you to answer these 5 questions. Use short language, but do answer it. Have a look at this questions. Please answer them. Because she is staying. She's staying. Why is she there? She came to Dublin to study Learn English language. Good. She's staying with an Irish family. Do not make small mistakes. These are articles, prepositions must be followed. Okay, next question. What does she do each day? She dash in the morning. She studies in the morning. Okay, I hope so that you have done this. Who has she met? She has met Martina. So it is the informal letter. Earlier we did the formal letter. Now let me have a look at few things. Let me show you few things which are related to semi-formal letters. The semi-formal letters usually are letters which are written in formal situations but by informal people. For example, the semi-formal letter comes from customer to the company. So the company will maintain the formality, but the customer can be informal, can be casual. It doesn't make any difference. Similarly, when you are writing letter to the editor, so most of the editorial letters are known as semi-formal because it is written by public. Third, the letters and applications or the requests produced by common people to union councils, government, and public offices, they are also they can also come under uh, semi-formal letter. But the government correspondence cannot be semi-formal; it's always formal. Even the uh, newspaper correspondence to even to the public is not informal or semi-formal; it is formal. But yes, there is a room for semi-formal letter. There is always a room for the semi-formal letter, and because of the language casual attitude, colloquial attitude, we can see that some semi-formal letters are also shared up. So here, in the same way that I would like to discuss with you, that how letters are read up and what should we do when we are writing letter. So remember one thing, the formats can be learned through any sources such as the internet, such as uh, such as books are there. But as a student, I would always tell you to focus on your language skills, your your short sentences, your correct sentences, your correct grammar can help you a lot. If this helps you, then you will be able to write a letter. Remember one thing, that format can be memorized, and elements of a letter can be memorized. They can be practiced. The two or three letters you write, you can easily find out, and you can easily become master to it. On the other hand, uh, if you talk about writing matter, choosing correct word, choosing the right word for letters, that's important. So that can only be achieved by learning language, practicing language, reading. If you read more letters, then you can find out that how you should be writing. Similarly, if you have good command on sentences, construction of sentences, I wouldn't forget to mention here that you should always be careful about connecting ideas. Use different connectors. If you remember, we discussed in our classes fanboys, for, or, and, neither, nor, but, yet, these fanboys. Then we have more formal connecting devices, connecting words. Similarly, there are transitions in letter or expressions in letter. I want to show my serious concern. So these words can help you construct a good letter and be to the point when you are writing a formal letter. Be to the point. You don't have to write a lot. You have to write to the point. You have to explain your point that why you are writing that letter and who you are writing to. And number two, what are the reasons for writing this? What are the reasons for the complaint or thanksgiving, or what are the reasons for it? And then finally, you quickly jump to the complimentary paragraph, then you close it and you go about it. So I think that these two lectures are going to be helpful for you to construct letter, to see different letters. Now you will see even the already made or the specimen of the letters in a different way. You will find the things which you can relate to, which you can recall, which you can connect with this lesson because they are interwoven with each other. Similarly, the most important thing is the confidence to write, confidence in yourself that yes, I can write. I'm able to write this letter. I can, I can be the part of it. So that's much better. This confidence I want you to gain. So hope you have had some good time. I gave you some space in this lecture today for the first time, so that you could do some writing in the comments. This can be interactive in a way. I want it, and I'm happy that some of you responded. I want more and more people to respond it. Even you can respond it after the lecture is uploaded, this live session. And in the next class, we'll have the discussion on reading comprehension and how to do the reading, how not to waste our time in the reading, what are the strategies for the reading comprehension. Thank you very much. I would like to say goodbye to you.